Welcome back to my Danger DTV, and today we are still at Mount Kenya University collecting students' opinion on Mount Kenya University election, which are to be held on Thursday, Friday, whereby the delegates will be voted in on Thursday, and the aspirants to Mkusa will be voted in on Friday. As we are collecting students' opinion before the election, and we get to know how is the election at MKU, and we get to know how they run it, the campaigns. As we are talking now, I think we are having a debate in Pale Indo Arena, and it's being hosted by the commissioners. Those are the people who are going to conduct the election this year. With me here, I think my friend here will just introduce himself to you, and we are going to discuss more about election in Mount Kenya University. Welcome.
Okay, thank you. My name is Javan Medude Medude. I'm a student in this school, former presidential aspirant 2022-2023.
Given you're a student in this school, which year are you?
Uh, I'm a finalist.
You're a finalist.
Let me just say I'm a finalist.
Okay, thank you. You have just told us that you were an aspirant last year election, Mkusa election. I think you have a lot of experience, as you can tell us a lot and more how the elections are conducted and how is the procedure. I think where there might be some challenges or some changes that are supposed to be done on the election system or process within this institution.
Okay, being this is the first online election that is being conducted in this great institution. Maybe what I can say, people are very ignorant. They still don't know. But even by the time it was implemented in other campuses like UON did it, and other universities, I think they're doing it. By the time it was implemented, it was so hard. But right now, even the registration turnout was very low. That was by the time we were checking the list for those people who have registered. We find that even the delegates would be even double the number of registered voters. So that's the challenge that maybe I can say.
Thank you. You have just talked about the registration. I think registration is a challenge to students, and I had just been doing interviews to several comrades here at Mount Kenya University, and they have told me that the portal was closed and it was opened again. Why do you think the portal was opened for the second time? Maybe to give a chance to those who had not registered, or the turnout of registration was low.
Yeah, the turnout of registration was very low because that time I think around 500 students registered. Mount Kenya University has a population of around 20,000, so we can't expect 500 people. That's even a very low percentage. So but that is the thing that comes with, there are some people embracing change becomes very difficult, more so in technology. But the portal was opened again, and even right now the portal is opened and the people are still registering.
Okay, students are still registering. If you are a student at MKU, go to your portal and make your registration for you to vote that Thursday. And maybe if we just talk about the delegate, as you have just told us, having in mind that the delegates are the people who are supposed to vote in the aspirant, Mukusa aspirants, how is that take? Maybe the delegate might take the individual decision.
Okay, we are youths, and as youths are the richest resources to Africa. But I don't think if I've never doubt them because I've been here for, I think this is the fifth election that I'm here for the fifth election, and I've participated in all of them. Nowhere we have had a case where somebody is voting somebody because of it has been a free transparent, except the last election. Don't think because I was in the ballot, and I think I dropped my bid because of lack of transparency in the last election. But all this time, delegates have been voting people, not based on, they have not been divided on their tribal lines or their religion, or no, they have been voting for ideas, because the politics of 21st century is the politics about idea, and yeah, it is idea and competition about idea. Thank you.
Okay, you have just talked about democracy, and come here in MKU, we are having e-voting, whereby it's rarely done, as you have just told us that it was done in UN, and it was tough at the first moment, but as the time went by, they got used to. How do you think, being the first time in Mount Kenya University having e-voting within this institution, will this election be free and fair, or there might be some rigging within the system?
I'm very confident, but that there will not be rigging. There is nobody planning for rigging. We are all working for free and fair election, because even right now, we can. There is no single person that's come out about something suspicious. Yeah.
Okay, as we are talking now, as I had just said, we are having debate within the school. I think in the indoor arena, where the debate is being hosted by the commissioners, the people who are going to conduct the election this year. How is the debate, and how are those aspirants promising? Are they promising things that are going to be fulfilled, or are just blindfolding the comrades for them to win their votes?
Okay, back to manifestos. I think you are talking about implementing of manifestos. Manifestos are most of the aspirants Google their manifesto. There are no things that are working towards, because I believe, for me, by the time I was the only one with a solid manifesto that time. By the time I was vying for president in this institution, I was the only one, because I had my manifesto 1 year before. That means I worked, I talk with people, I see their problem, then I turn them to manifesto. That's how a leader should be. This thing of you go Google, then, because I'm sure some of manifesto that I'm seeing, they are not realistic. They are over ambitious, because I've been in leadership and I know what somebody can do. And yeah, some are dreaming.
Some are dreaming. So, as according to the institution, the delegates are the people who are supposed to vote in the aspirant, Mukusa aspirant, and how is it that they can't make it because it's online? They just make it to be a student is voting in the right candidates that they have in mind, because it will be a bit easy, because they will have one election once and done. Why do you think they have just to go through the candidates, the delegates, before they reach to electing the Mukusa?
Okay, you are talking about the delegate system.
Yes.
Why are we using the delegate system?
Yes.
Okay, it was passed. That's a Duale thing. It was passed in the parliament, where representation, because that time, by the time people were voting one man, one vote in the institution, there were a lot of striking. People refused results. We remember the SONU, the great SONU of UN. We have a different. So it was implemented in the parliament that the delegate system will be used in the all universities. Right now, I think Ekuso president, that's Manyara. We talked about it with Manyara, and he told me in next 2 years maybe they'll do away with it. But for now, we must embrace it. It is there to stay.
Okay, is it was amended in the constitution, yeah, and in the candidates, different candidates. As I talk of Mukusa presidential aspirants, I think there are a number. There are around 11. How do you see that competition? Is it tough, or it's quite somehow easy to some of the aspirants?
Okay, because 8 of them are jokers, that make the competition is. I don't think if it's tight, because we have others that have they just wrote the application and they had a dream, and they're working towards, but it is not realistic. Yeah, so far I know three are working. Even if you see them, they are working. They looked for delegates, because this is not about who are you, where are you from, or what, yeah. Then there's this thing, campus politics is just like national politics. It is mass of tribal again. you know those people. I remember my friend, it was called Nyawa. I don't know if you know Nyawa.
No.
Nyawa is from this great institution. graduated the other time. Nyawa was from a group, a community, a non-community, very small, just uko around the coast,
Yes.
and alikuwa capable of doing things but akweza, you know?
Because of tribal boundaries.
Yeah, tribal. It was coming from a very small, every Thursdays we have associations in this school. Every Thursday, be it election time, every Thursday is a institution association day where people from the Western Bloc are meeting, the daughters of Mumbi are meeting. There they make their things. And if that means if even by the time you are forming coalitions with other, if you see that they don't have delegates, don't have the number of what, they won't listen to you. That's the thing that's there. So I think the three have the possibilities. The other ones, because I can't mention them all. I think.
Okay. So, for us, knowing that this idea of using delegate vote in the students' council is from the constitution. Do you think that there might be some aspirants who are left out, the delegate ending up electing the aspirants who are not who don't suit that position?
Yeah, I think at a point, if I'm talking about delegate, not all of them will do the right thing. There are some people that will be washed away. There are some people will be divided across their religion, across the tribe. Even this politics of 21st century. It's about money again. You can't just do politics without money, and most of our aspirants are facing that. That's the truth of matter, because. Even if you go somewhere right now and tell them, if I'm elected, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, they will listen. They will listen. But at the end, they will say, we have heard you. We know you are going to do this. We are going to do this. But in the intervening period, I must eat. You know? So that thing of eating is what will change the decision. And no matter how good your idea is, your manifestos, it will be like an elephant that can't fly. You know, it'll be something very, very strange to them.
Okay. As you had told us before that you have been in this school around 5 years, and which means you have been served by around five regime within Mukusa.
Yes, yeah. I think this is a fifth one because the first one we got militia. Then after militia, we were having Sanet. After Sanet, we were having Kaunda. After Kaunda, we were having SK. And right now, this is the fifth one. And I think I've took part since the militia. I've been active in this politics up to now.
So, if you can just tell us in brief those for election, and adding on this, having in mind that we are still not yet to complete with this, how can you compare with those elections? As with the point of maybe toughness, or election being friendly, or that peace missing in the school because of election. How is the take in MKU since you have been around for those all years?
Okay, what I can say about that, the first time, I think the toughest, I'm sure this is the toughest. It was militia and somebody called Steve Jack. It was a very tight competition because they were
They were only two.
yeah, the capable ones. I'm talking about those people who hit the ground. There were only two. We were having militia. At the same time, we were having Steve Jack. And it happened that militia only applied everything. You apply all mechanism in politics. Yeah, and there's nothing that in politics. Just do everything. And militia one, it was among the toughest because he refused to resign even last minute. Then that for Sanet, it was so easy. Then for Sanet, I was delegate that time. I went for delegate under School of Computing. I served. Next, it was Kaunda. During Kaunda, I was part of his team, and we worked with Big Shot closely. I was chief campaigner. I was a strategist in that executive. Then one for SK, I decided to make myself way. I make my way to the ballot. That was last year. I went to the vetting. I didn't see there was no transparency, so I decided to call off. Yeah, myself because I'm a very straightforward man and I like transparency.
Yeah, I like that. And how about this one now?
This one, I've been working closely with some leaders. I've been working with Mike Lagat. I think I'm just around 5 minutes ago, I was there. Before that, early this morning, I was working with Nyarmwalimu, that's our VP. Yeah, then, yeah, any leader that is very willing to work with me is working with me. That's what I can say.
Okay, thank you for your information on My Danger DTV. I think as we conclude, just give us the final or the conclusion, or just tell us, conclude on what you have just talked about, or talk to comrades about the election, this year's election. Try to encourage them, or if there's lack of peace, try to encourage them to have peace. If there is something, maybe a misbehaving behavior within the institution, you can talk to them, or even give them advice. We are having e-voting system whereby you can also educate them on that.
Yeah, okay. In a nutshell, I'll say if you have not registered as a voter, please register. The portal is still open for you. Let's register. That's the only way we can practice our democratic rights. Second, let us not be divided by our tribal lines, our religion. Let's choose leaders based on their ideas. Let's choose right leaders, kwa sababu tukiwa tumepiga kura tu, next week tutakuwa tumewekewa time restriction ya 60%. Will be the one will be the one in trouble. Aspirant amelipa findi apite vetting. Yeah, so let's stand strong. Let's accept results. Yeah, let's work together. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Javan, for having you on this YouTube channel. And today we have collected a lot of information, or a lot of students' opinion about the election 2023-2024, and we are still doing this. I remember, continue watching us for more information, for more content is coming. Today we are doing this, and is still in progress. Thank you, and thank you for you watching us today.